In this tutorial, we are going to build a shopping cart like Amazon using Next.js. What we're gonna do here is to create a page like this with header and smart cart section, list of products like this, product image, name, reviews, and price. Also, we have add to cart button here, and when you click on it, you will see a sidebar in the right side that shows subtotal, go to cart button, and list of items in the cart. Here you can change the number of items in the cart and automatically the sidebar and the header will be updated. We use Redux Toolkit for handling items in the cart. This website follows the selected theme in your setting. Let's say I change the appearance to light. Here is the result in the website. Everything is white and the pages follow this change. Next feature of this web application is product details page. When you select a product, you will be redirected to product details. So we will use the routing feature of Next.js in app directory, the latest version of Next.js, and in the product details page, we have a link to go back to the home page, product image, product details, and a section for adding product to the cart. Here you can select number of items based on content stock and add it to the cart. By clicking on add to cart in the product details, you will be redirected to the cart page. Here you will see a list of items in the cart and you can change the quantity if you want. Also, we have subtotal section to show subtotal of shopping cart and a section for top seller offers. So if you want to add more products, here you can scroll and click on add. Automatically, the new product will be added here. Here you can change it. It will be applied to the cart subtotal section. The next step is proceed to checkout. When I click on it, I will be redirected to a checkout wizard like this. We will implement this component together. And here we get the shipping address using React hook form. By clicking on next, we will go to the next step. And as you see, the payment method is active and we show bunch of radio buttons. So you can select the payment method. By clicking on next, we will be redirected to the preview order page. Here we show the preview of orders, the selected shipping address and payment method, and user can click on edit button to go to previous steps, change them, and it will be applied here. Also, in the order summary section, we show the prices for items, tax, shipping, and total price. Okay? That's what we're gonna build together in this lesson. Let's see what we will learn here. First of all, we'll learn how to configure Next.js application using interactive UI and how to add pages and APIs to this framework. For CSS, we will use the CSS classes from Tailwind and we create custom CSS classes based on this framework. To manage shopping cart items, we use Redux Toolkit. It is super easy and handy for handling state in the web application. To handle form, we use React hook form to show validation error. And for showing the stars, we use React rating component. Before getting into code, let's see what we're gonna build in the source code. In the source code, we will create an API folder in the app to create a simple API to return top seller products. We create cart page like this, select payment method using React hook form, place order page, product details page, and shipping address page. Also in the layout, we use a store provider from Redux to handle state in the application. We have component folder, and in this folder, we will create bunch of components for header, checkout wizard, sidebar, add to cart button, and product rating. Also, we create a folder for Redux to manage all Redux related stuff in this folder and separate it from the next application. In the utils folder, we create sample data for shopping cart and constant to set the base URL for deploying this application on the cloud. That's it about the introduction to the course. Let's get to code. The first step is creating Next.js application. Based on the installation in nextjs.org website, we need to run this command. Open your VS Code. From terminal, create a new terminal. Go to your favorite folder. I'm going to go to the desktop and run npx create next app @ latest. Press yes to install create next app and enter answers. Set the app name to Next.js shopping cart like Amazon. You can enter whatever you like. We're gonna use pure JavaScript, so enter no for TypeScript. We're gonna use ESLint for showing errors, yes. And we're gonna use Tailwind CSS for CSS framework. It asks to have src folder, yes, we are gonna have source folder, and about app router, yeah, we are going to use the latest feature of Next.js app router. And about the last question, it says, would you like to customize the default import alias? No, we are going to use the default one. And there we are. It's installing dependencies for us. And after a while, we will have Next.js shopping cart folder in the desktop. Okay, it's done. It's time to open this folder. From File menu, select Open Folder, go to your desktop and select the created folder. Open it. And there we are. We have our Next.js project here. It's time to run the project. From terminal menu, new terminal, and run npm run dev. That's it. It runs on localhost colon 3000. Just control click or command click on Windows. On Mac, here we have our project running. We are ready to go for building shopping cart. In this lesson, we are going to list products. Let us start by creating sample products. In the Explorer in VS Code, go to src folder and right-click New Folder, Utils. We're gonna create sample products in Utils folder. Inside Utils, create new file, set the file name to data.js. Inside data.js, export data constant as an object, and inside this object, define product as an array. Let's define sample products here. Here is the first product. For each product, we have ID, name, image, price, content stock, rating, non-reviews, and description. For image, we set it to /images/p1.jpg, and I will show you how to put images in the right folder to access them. Save it, and do the same for next 3 products. Here is second product, P2, a new name. This one is the third one, ID is 3. Image address is /images/p3. And the last one is P4. After creating this array, we are ready to put sample images inside public folder. Right-click, new folder, images, and enter 4 images, whatever you like. But if you want to use mine, I already downloaded sample images and I put them here and I paste them here. If you want to use these images, you just need to go my repository. Let me show you where is it here. And then go to public folder. Inside that, you will have images folder and you can download them and use them in your project. After creating sample data, go to page.js inside src app and get rid of main in the return section. Select all of them and remove them. And here I'm going to define a simple div and right before return get products from data. Select this one to auto import data from utils/data. Then inside the div, create curly brackets and just render product using map function. It's just for test. Product should be converted to, let's say, another div. And only enter product.name. Set the key to get rid of error to product.id. It's just for test. Let's see what happens. Awesome. Simply, we list all products here. Good. We are ready to format list of products to make it like a real shopping cart. First of all, we need to install rating component to show stars. Let's install this package. Open your terminal, click on plus to create a new terminal, and run npm install spastrom/react-rating. Good. Then go to src folder and create the first component. So we need to create a new folder. Set folder name to components, and inside that create new file and set file name to product_rate.js. Here I need to use client because I need to wrap the new package inside use client to get rid of error in Next.js. Then import the style.css from React Rating component and also the rating component from this package. The last part is exporting product rate component and accept rate and count as props. Inside this, return a div, set class name to flex. It's from Tailwind CSS. And inside that, use rating component and set a style to max width 100 pixel. For rating, we need to set value, and based on the value, it shows stars. Make it read-only so user cannot change the stars in this component. And next to that, show number of reviews using count. And after that, put an space and show reviews. Great. Here is the product rate component, so we can use it inside the project. Next step is creating product item component. Go to components folder again, This time, create a new file and set file name to productitem.js. Type RFC and press tab to create product item component. It accepts product as parameter, and what we're gonna do here is to shape product thumbnail. Get rid of div and create another div, set class name to cart. To set the class of CSS class, go to globals.css. At the very end, create a class for card and use apply from Tailwind CSS and mix these classes together. Margin button 5, make the display block, make the border radius to 5.5 rem, create border, set the border and shadow. Save it, go back to product item, and create a link. Link should be imported from Next/link and set href to /product/id of product. Inside link, we're gonna put the product image. Use image component from Next/image and set the source to product image. We can get rid of backtick. It's simpler. Don't forget to set width and height for image, otherwise you will get an error. Set alternative text to product.name and use these classes from Tailwind. Make the image rounded, put shadow, use object cover to make all images like each other. Set the height to 24 rem and make it full width. Save the code and go back for adding a product name. Right after link, create a div to show product name and price. Use flex and flex column to put stuff vertically, make item center and justify center and create padding. In this div, create another link and use h2 heading 2, set text to large to show the product name. After product name, we need to show the rating of product using product rate component. We already created this component, just Command I on Mac or Control Space on Windows to get the recommendation and import it automatically in your product item component. Next step is showing the product brand using a paragraph, creating margin button, and put the brand of product here. Then create another paragraph for product price. Don't forget to put dollar before it. And create a button for add to cart. We implement this button later. Save the code and go to the page.js in the app folder right here. Update the CSS class of container div to grid. So we are going to create grid of products, set grid columns to 1 and gap to 4. For medium device, we have 3 columns, and for large device, we have 4 columns. And remove the inner div, replace it with product item component. Import it from component/product item. We already created this one. Get rid of image, import, and what I did here is to pass the product from products in the data.js to this component, and also I set the key to get rid of error for duplicate items in the array in Next.js. Save the code and let's check the result. Awesome. We created a list of products like this. Don't forget, the images inside public folder should be JPG, because in the data.js, the type of images are JPG. Good. We implemented this part, and in the next part, we create header and sidebar. Let's go for it. In this lesson, we are going to create a layout for the shopping cart. Let us start by creating header component. Go to src components, right-click, new file, header.js. Type RFC and press tab to create header component. And get rid of div here and replace it with this code. We created header element from HTML. Inside that, create nav element, set class name to flex, justify content to a space between, make items center, create height for 3 rem using H12 from Tailwind, create horizontal padding, create shadow, set background to gray and text to white. Inside that, create link component from Next, command I, import it from Next/link, set class name to text large and font bold. Enter the brand name of your shopping cart inside that, and then create a div to show the cart and cart badge. Here we define custom class named cart badge. Let's go to the global CSS and define this class here. I'm using apply from Tailwind and set the position to absolute, font to bold, text to orange, create margin left, margin top, and text center, and set width to 1 rem. Great. Let's go for next component. It's the sidebar. Inside the components, right-click new file and set file name cart sidebar.js, and inside that, use this code export default function cart sidebar, and inside that, return this div. In this div, set the class name to fixed because we are going to keep it in the right side forever. Even if we scroll the page, we want to have it fixed there. Set the top to 0 and right to 0 to put it in the right top side corner. Set width, height to full, create shadow, set border, and for overflow scroll. So when items inside that exceeded the length of the screen, you will have a scroll there. Inside that, create a div, set padding vertically and padding horizontally, and set the value to cart is empty. We will fix it in next lesson based on the items in the cart. Good. Let's go for use them. Based on the lesson, it's time to create app component. Right-click in the components, new file, app.js. Here is the code for app.js. I'm using use client because in this component, I'm going to interact with the UI. That's why the component should be defined by use client in Next.js. And then export function app and get the children as probs in the app function parameter. Inside the return section, create a div. Inside that, create another div, set margin right to 8 rem using mr-32 from Tailwind. And inside this div, use header from header component. Right after header component, define main element from HTML, create padding, and inside that, render the children. After rendering the main section, go for the cart sidebar. Just render cart sidebar and import it like this. Good. It's time to use app component inside the layout. Go to layout.js, find the children and wrap it inside app component like this. Import app component from @component/app. At the end, in the global.css for cart badge, set margin left 8 and margin top 0. Let's check the result. Awesome. Here we have header, we have cart badge, and a sidebar for cart items. We are going to implement add to cart. When we add an item to the cart, it's gonna be pops up here. Okay, that's it about this lesson. Until next lesson, bye bye.